My Weirder-est School. Book number 12. Lil Mouse is in the House. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pellock. Chapter 5. The Happy Little Clam. When I was a little kid, about a year ago, my favorite singer was this teenage rapper named Crazy. You may have heard of him. He had this really famous song about a guy named Klepto from the South Pole who comes down your chimney on Christmas Eve and steals everybody's presents. It ends like this. The name's Klepto and I'm from the South Pole. I grab all your presents, that's how I roll. On Christmas Eve I go round the world and steal all the presents from boys and girls. The Christmas Klepto was probably the biggest hit in the history of music. Everybody was singing it during the holidays. Crazy was on a bunch of TV shows. Girls would scream their heads off as soon as they saw him. Crazy was so famous, even grown-ups knew all about him. Well, that was last year. Nobody listens to Crazy anymore. I heard that he dropped out of school and was working at a car wash. Now, the hottest singer in the world is Lil Mouse. He's all over the internet and he is so cool. All his songs are about animals, and he dances around dressed as a mouse while he's singing. He's got songs about giraffes, sea turtles, and orangutans. Lil Mouse is more famous than Crazy ever was. That's why he wears a mouse costume. If people knew what he really looked like, Lil Mouse wouldn't be able to step outside without being mobbed by fans. Lil Mouse's newest song is The Happy Little Clam. It goes like this. I'm happy as a clam, I'm happy as a clam. Who decided clams are happy? I say it's a sham. What's the deal with clams? I don't understand. They live in dirty water and they don't have hands. I'm happy as I am, don't wanna be a clam. I'd rather be a lamb, or a ham, or a ram, or a yam, or just about anything but a clam. Let me give you a clue. Here's some things clams can't do. They can't play ball or go to the mall. They can't sing a song or play ping pong. They can't make pottery, can't win the lottery. They can't build a dam, they can't ride a tram or hit a grand slam or pass an exam. They can't even post on Instagram. Go for a walk? Fly like a hawk? They can't even talk. Maybe I'm spoiled, 'cause I've never been boiled. In my dreams I don't get steamed, baked, broiled, pickled, or fried. If I was a clam, I'd go and hide. No thank you, ma'am, don't wanna be a clam. Can't say it any louder, don't wanna be a chowder. I don't know why we say they're happy. Seems to me clam lives are... Cool song, huh? I heard that Lil Mouse made up the happy little clam in his bedroom one morning. Then he recorded it before lunch that day and posted it on the internet. The song went viral, and by dinner time, Lil Mouse was just about the most famous person in the history of the world. When I grow up, I want to be a rapper like Lil Mouse, and he's going to be speaking at our graduation. Man, life is good. Chapter 6. 4th grade is scary. Okay, everybody, said Mr. Cooper. Take out a pencil. That meant it was time for writing. I hate writing. I'm passing out, said Mr. Cooper. He's passing out, I shouted. Call an ambulance. Pieces of paper. So each of you can write an essay. Writing essays is mega boring. Mr. Cooper told us to write about what we were planning to do over summer vacation. I'm going to sleepaway camp, Andrea said excitedly. Me too, said Emily, who does everything Andrea does. Ryan said his family would be going to the beach. Michael said his cousins were coming to visit. Alexia said she would be going to Puerto Rico. Everybody started writing. I didn't know what to write. How should I know what I'm going to do over summer vacation? It wasn't even summer yet. I sat there for 1,100 minutes trying to think of something to write. 5 more minutes, said Mr. Cooper. Those 5 minutes felt like an hour. Andrea filled 2 sheets of paper, of course. Finally, Mr. Cooper picked up our papers. What's wrong, AJ? He asked as he looked at mine. There's nothing on your paper. That's because I'm planning to do nothing over the summer, I told him. So that's what I wrote, nothing. Everybody laughed, even though I didn't say anything funny. That's when an announcement came over the loudspeaker. Mr. Cooper, please call the front office. Mr. Cooper picked up the phone. While he was on his call, the rest of us whispered to each other. I hear we're going to get lockers in 4th grade, whispered Alexia, so we'll have to memorize our locker combination. I hear, whispered Neil, that if you forget your locker combination, the teacher locks you up in your locker all night. Stop trying to scare Emily, whispered Andrea. I'm scared, whispered Emily. I hear, whispered Ryan, that in 4th grade we're going to get 5 hours of homework each night. I hear, whispered Michael, they make 4th graders do math with letters instead of numbers. What? I whispered. That's crazy. You can't add up letters. It's called algebra, whispered Andrea. I'm taking an algebra class after school. Andrea takes classes in everything after school. If they gave classes in how to tie your shoes, Andrea would take that class so she could get better at it. I hear, whispered Neil, in 4th grade we have to bring toothpaste to school with us. I hear, whispered Alexia, the 5th graders are going to shoot spitballs at us. I hear, I whispered, that they're going to shoot bowling balls at us with catapults. Actually, I've never heard that 5th graders shoot bowling balls at 4th graders with catapults. I just made that up to scare Emily. I'm scared, whispered Emily. Mr. Cooper hung up the phone. I have an announcement to make, he said. The front office just told me the name of the 3rd grade valedictorian. What? What's that? I asked. It sounds like some disease. The valedictorian, said Mr. Cooper, is the student who achieves the highest rank in the class. Our class valedictorian will be Andrea. Everybody clapped as the human homework machine smiled the smile she smiles to let everyone know she knows something that nobody else knows. I bet Miss Smarty Pants has been waiting for this moment her whole life. In the days leading up to graduation, I had to do all kinds of boring stuff. I had to go clothes shopping to get a jacket and tie. So I'd look good for my graduation picture. I had to get a cap and gown, too. Why do graduates have to wear a dorky cap with a big square on top of it? What's up with that? Why does putting a square on your head mean you're smart? I say they should make the dumbest kids wear squares on their heads, and when they graduate, they get to take the squares off. That would make more sense. It was a horrible week. We had to spend every day practicing for graduation by lining up in ABC order. It would have been more interesting to watch a turtle race. I couldn't wait for graduation, so we could get it over with.